Gentlemen and female gentlemen, sniveling runts of all ages, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like how annoying it is when people ask you to subscribe at the beginning of a video. I literally double trapped you there. You might as well love it. Guys, we today are doing the life of Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus, the entire timeline explained. Star Wars explained by Movie Flame. So this has been highly requested ever since I did the politics of Star Wars, the Darth Revan lore, the Darth Plagueis lore. Darth Tyrannus was high on the list. So I wanted to understand the full lore of every Sith in Star Wars, and it was this or Darth Bane, and we decided on this because I made the ultimate decision at the end of the day. So many requests for Bane, so many requests for the Emperor Vitiate, so many requests for Vader. It's time. Let me know what Sith Lord you want next for the deep dive.
Count Dooku is one of the most interesting characters in the Star Wars universe, and we've gotten a lot of new details on his life just in the past year.
Alright.
Ultimately, his arc foreshadows and parallels that of Anakin Skywalker himself.
It does? Wait, it does?
He's found out the Jedi were investigating Sifo Dyas. He contacted Dooku and force choked him as punishment for leaving a loose end.
Palpatine force choked him through his...
Gating Sifo Dyas. He contacted Dooku and...
Dooku was able to force choke him through the little hologram? Oh my god, this man's broken! Wait, why did it skip to 18 minutes in the fucking video? Alright.
Count Dooku is one of the most interesting characters in the Star Wars universe, and we've gotten a lot of new details on his life just in the past year.
Alright.
Ultimately, his arc foreshadows and parallels that of Anakin Skywalker himself, starting off good, disagreeing with the Jedi, and leaving the Jedi Order to join the Sith.
So, from what I understand from Darth Tyrannus, based on the slight little lore tidbits that I had dropped to me thus far, is that he didn't believe in the democracy of the Jedi Order, so he ended up leaving, not to actually become a Sith, but just to kind of find his own path, and then he actually got somehow indoctrinated into the Sith. I don't know.
In this video, I'm going to...
Boss's pre-watch techniques revealed. So before I react to a video from a channel I don't know, like Movie Flame, I skipped through the video just to see what the editing looks like. That's literally the secret to my pre-watching technique.
His life just in the past year. Ultimately, agreeing with the Jedi and leaving the Jedi Order to join the Sith. In this video, I'm going to go over his turn to the dark side, why he turned, and cover his entire life from his early days to his time as a Jedi Master, and I'll
God, this is crazy. We're gonna get the full ass lore drop!
Finish it off with his time on the dark side, all spanning over many movies, TV shows, comics, and novels. Now this video will
lightsaber against Yoda. I'll never forget your dueling demonstrations with Master Yoda. Your skill with the lightsaber was inspirational. Oh my god, this man was an actual goat, wasn't he? Dooku never fully turned to the dark side. Is that why he doesn't have the yellow eyes? Because in all the Dooku images, he never has the yellow eyes.
Be based on the new content that is currently considered canon, and not the Legends canon. Also, there will be spoilers.
No Legends canon! Boo!
For all of the new novels he makes an appearance in, and the same goes for the comics, the TV shows, and obviously the movies.
Alright.
I've been looking forward to this.
Before we start,
I am Saruman.
I make new videos every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to make sure you never miss a Movie Flame video. Now let's get started.
Alright, you ready?
Dooku was born to Count Gora and his wife, Countess Anya, both of whom ruled over the planet of Sereno where Dooku was born. Dooku had two siblings, a brother named Ramil and a sister named Genza.
These people are not important whatsoever. I've never heard of them. They might as well not exist. You see, anyone that doesn't matter to me doesn't matter.
Very early on, it was clear
that is not narcissism. That is a fact.
That Dooku was force sensitive, something that scared his father, who hated and feared anything to do with the Jedi.
Based. No one that had anything to do with the Jedi did very well at all. Anyone that was associated with the Jedi ended up dying!
Desperate to get rid of his freak son,
what a bitch! Oh my god!
Count contacted the Jedi Order on Coruscant to take him.
He hated the Jedi so that when his son showed force-sensitive powers, he just called the Jedi to literally take his baby? Oh my god! This is the craziest reverse grooming of all time.
Became impatient, however.
Actual X-Men backstory.
And wanting to get rid of his son before they arrived, he left Dooku outside the palace on the edge of the forest without clothing or identification.
This is crazy! Wait, my kid is force sensitive, so I'm gonna leave him in the forest naked? Pick him up if you want? What the shit? Oh, I would end up Darth Tyrannus if that happened to me.
And did this in a place where Serenian spine wolves could have mauled him to death, or he could have frozen to death.
This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
Luckily, the Seeker sent at Count Gora's request found Dooku and brought him to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant before he was hurt. When Dooku got to Coruscant, he began his Jedi training. He was sorted into the Hawkback clan, one of the many clans Jedi younglings were sorted into at the Jedi Temple.
All right.
Here he met fellow youngling Sifo Dyas, who—
Wait, so he was friends with Sifo Dyas literally since they were kids. Sifo Dyas is the guy that, he got the clone army financed, right? But it's wild to me that I guess that's why they were such close friends the whole time.
He was also in this clan, and he would go on to become Dooku's best friend.
Aww.
During Dooku's time as a youngling,
Aww.
he continuously strove to excel, working himself hard to achieve better results than his peers, and always striving to remain within the boundaries of the rules set by his teachers.
Wait, so he was a goody two-shoes as a kid and he ended up becoming a Sith? God, that's a fucking trade-off.
Dooku therefore distanced himself from a lot of the other younglings rather than try to befriend them, and because of this,
Based antisocial Dooku, let's fucking go.
he sometimes clashed with fellow younglings, largely due to their jealousy of Dooku's superior abilities. There were some younglings that would constantly insult Dooku and made fun of his somewhat aristocratic manner.
Bro, they were so mean to him for no reason. Twice the pride, double the fall.
Despite this, Sifo Dyas always stood by him, and on one occasion, they accompanied the Grand Master Yoda to Sereno, and this was Dooku's first time back on his home planet.
Bro, I can't stop thinking that this tower just looks like a big penis.
While there, Dooku ran off from the group seeing a girl he believed he recognized, and she would turn out to be his sister, Genza. The two eventually realized that they were brother and sister, and the two would become close from then on. When an earthquake, or as they call it in the novel, a groundquake, hit the planet, Dooku and his sister were buried under large pieces—
Bro, there ain't no way he comes back to the planet because why not? And it fucking annihilates, and then a groundquake happens right now. Oh my glob, that's fucked up, bro.
of rubble, and Master Yoda had to get them out. While Yoda was speaking—
So Yoda literally saved his life as a kid. So it's kind of iconic that the big fight scene between Dooku and Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku in that 2v1 fight, the first time they fought at the end of the second movie, the Attack of the Clones movie, when he dropped shit all over the place and Yoda forced to pick them up, it kind of is bringing him back to this time where Yoda literally used that same force power to save his life from an earthquake. Like, that really does make it all go full circle. That's good-ass writing.
to Dooku, Dooku's father, Count Gora, overheard his son's name and furiously confronted Yoda.
Right? You know what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me pull up the fucking Yoda. Yoda versus Dooku. I found him.
Dooku you are! Curved lightsaber you have! Resemble your shaft it does!
That's a true story, what I just said. So anyway, so right over here, Dooku is literally losing.
It's just
he's losing to Yoda, right?
the beginning.
He breaks the thing to fall and crush the gamers. But he knows Yoda from the past when Yoda used this ability to save him from fallen debris. That's actually iconic. That is such a cool idea for a character. The idea that he knew that this was gonna happen because he knew that Yoda would care about his fallen comrades because Yoda cared about him in that same way. That's pretty awesome.
Yoda, telling him that he never wanted to see his son again.
What a bitch!
After hearing this, Dooku was
Dude, what is wrong with this dad? This guy is cringe.
shocked and confused by his father's behavior, and he later questioned Yoda about how he was brought into the Jedi Order. Yoda told him how his father had contacted the Jedi Order and left him.
Bro, Yoda just told him, how did I end up here?
Testicular torsion your father casted when you were but a child!
Outside on the edge of the forest, and Dooku would later find out about the danger his father put him in, as he could have been eaten or frozen to death. And finding this information out, he no longer liked or even respected his father. He had great love for his sister, however, and when he went home to Coruscant, Dooku and Genza would secretly communicate with each other.
Bro, please tell me there's not another incest shit. I can't deal with this. There's too much of it everywhere, literally everywhere. God, it's unstoppable. We were gonna do Game of Thrones lore, and we decided to do this instead, and there's gonna be this weird incest shit. Ain't no way. Star Wars is all about sibling love. The sister is kinda bad. Chat! Enough of you! Be gone! Double the pride, double the fall!
Something that was a great comfort to Dooku, knowing that at least some of his family was good.
Yeah, at least some of his family's good. Shows a pic of his sexy sister.
Dooku eventually completed his early trials, a series of tests that Jedi younglings go through to make it to the level of a Padawan.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, it's kind of iconic if you think about it. Dooku is like Sasuke, done right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty awesome. Like, the idea his family hated him. Well, I guess Sasuke's family didn't hate him. They were just kind of killed out. But, like, he's the talented kid. He's completely alone. His family is disassociated from him. He hopes that maybe he can get along with the one that's left or kill him.
After finishing his trials, he hoped to be selected as a Padawan apprentice to lead
He's reverse Sasuke, honestly.
Kastana due to her mission in hunting down relics associated with the dark side. During the Padawan tournament, Dooku fought and defeated.
There's a Star Wars tournament arc? Why did no one tell me this years ago? I would have been into the lore. I didn't have to learn all this lore now. Bro, you know how hard it is understanding Star Wars lore? In the year 2024, when Disney keeps changing the lore for their own sake? When Star Wars Theory is getting into a lawsuit with Wikipedia over lore? Get out of here.
His best friend Sifo Dyas while blindfolded and with one hand behind his back.
Oh fuck, he was broken. Wow. Blindfolded, hand behind his back, actually just Kakashi'd this man.
Dooku thought that this made him a shoo-in to be picked by Kastana, but to his disappointment, she selected Sifo Dyas as her apprentice. Dooku ended up being picked by Master Yoda himself.
That's a W, Dooku! That's a huge W! It's like, unfortunately, I got Yoda, the little green Muppet guy.
However, which subsided some of his disappointment. Dooku went on many missions with Yoda all over the galaxy, and every single one taught Dooku something new, and showed a shocked Dooku just how strong his master was with the Force.
Damn, so really Yoda and Dooku had crazy history. So when Yoda fought Dooku in the second movie, that had so much history behind it.
One day,
wait, Wikipedia is suing Star Wars lore? I think Star Wars Theory is suing Wikipedia. Star Wars Theory is a YouTuber with like 3 million subs, and Wikipedia is like the wiki that keeps changing shit because Disney keeps changing shit, and Star Wars Theory criticized them for changing shit, and a lot of his audience went to harass them, and Wikipedia blamed Star Wars Theory for the audience that went to harass them, and Star Wars Theory said it's slander and I'm gonna sue you. That's basically the story. But the moral of the story is don't change pre-established lore because you decided that you know better.
Dooku's friend Sifo Dyas had a force vision of a deadly solar storm hitting a certain planet, and when Dooku, Sifo Dyas, and Sifo Dyas' master Kastana informed the Jedi Council, they suggested that they warn the planet. Master Yoda and the rest—
That's a pretty good suggestion. They're like, I sense this planet about to be wiped out. I'm thinking perhaps we should, I don't know, warn the planet.
The rest of the council all said no, however,
What?
and pointed out that force visions were not absolute, and the future was always in motion.
This is literally classic fucking Jedi bullshit. Classic Jedi bullshit. I can't with these fuckers. Palpatine deserved to win. If I was Dooku, I would also leave the freaking Jedi Order. 3 separate Jedi all had visions that something was going down. They go to the council, and the council is like, in our defense, maybe not.
Frustrated with the council, Dooku, Kastana, and Sifo Dyas went behind the council's back, and they warned the senator of the planet about the vision. During the conversation, however, Dooku was slightly unnerved by the senator only expressing concern for the planet's resources rather than its people.
Dude, everyone's fucked up. Dude, that's just classic politicians. You gotta stop blaming politicians for being politicians. You should never expect a politician to have empathy. They're not human, okay? They do not deserve to be treated as such.
Afterwards, Dooku, Kastana, Sifo-Dyas, and a reluctant Master Yoda went to the planet itself.
Why reluctant Master Yoda? Bro, they were gonna get wiped out. I don't understand. Why is it so difficult to just warn them that this is going? Oh my god, I'm lost, bro.
And to their horror, Sifo-Dyas' vision came true.
Yeah.
A powerful solar storm hit the planet, killing much of the population, and the 4 Jedi just barely survived themselves. These events made Dooku lose respect for the Republic and the Jedi Council, feeling as though it was their fault that so many people had died. He believed that had they listened to them in the first place, they could have evacuated much of the planet and saved many lives. He was also disgusted that when afterwards, the Republic's primary concern was the loss of the planet's resources.
This is insane. Like, I'm actually, like, in shock. It's like, every time I think of Star Wars, the downfall of democracy in the prequel era, and the way the Jedi Temple was wiped out, and they were massacred to a man, despite the fact that they were, you know, for the most part, they were good people, you know? Like, despite all of that, they were insanely fucked up. Like, they did not really care about people. They cared about balance in their weird religious order. But when it came down to it, they did not care that much. Right? Am I just mistaken?
And again, not its people.
I am so with Count Dooku on this. I think he went a step too far when he joined the dark side and he decided to get the Clone Wars shit going on. Maybe that was a little extreme, but leaving the Jedi is just based. They're crazy. They're insane. They have the ability to save so many lives that they don't save because it's just not worth it.
Though Yoda was his master, the master—
Dude, the High Republic is crazy. There is no good and bad in Star Wars. Lesbian Homelander.
he had initially desired, Lean Kastana, also acted as a mentor for the young Dooku, and she told him about a fictional Sith she had created named Darth Sakia, and
How do you make up a fictional Sith?
she said that they used a curved hilt lightsaber, something that interested Dooku a great deal,
As it reminded him of his penis.
and he thought was far better than his
Oh my god, it zoomed into his penis. I freaked out for a second there.
normal lightsaber. A few years into his training, Dooku got the news that his mother Anya died, and on top of that,
Rip, bitch. You left him to the wolves.
he got into trouble with the Jedi Council after they learned he was communicating with his sister, which was
Why would that get you in trouble? Okay, dude, in the Jedi Order, I get it, you're not allowed to have wives and shit like that, but what, you can't even speak? No attachments? That means you can't be in contact with your family and stuff? Like, actually 0 attachments? Isn't that a little too far?
a violation of the Jedi Code. He agreed to stop talking to his sister on the condition that he was allowed to go to his mother's funeral,
There's no way they're gonna let him.
and the council agreed.
Why would they let him do that? That shows more attachment. Any kind of emotional connection could lead you to the dark side trip. Yeah, but being refused of emotional attachment can also lead you to the dark side. Exhibit A, Anakin.
The 22-year-old Dooku attended his mother's funeral on his home planet.
Like, it's actually a cult. When I see it through the perspective of Count Dooku, like, this is an actual cult. You have to be like a priest. Last I checked, priests are in contact with their family, okay? They're not allowed to have wives and stuff, but they're allowed to be in contact with their family.
Hoping to find peace, but while there, his father Gora physically and verbally assaulted him.
Jedi fucking master got assaulted by his old dad.
Referring to him as a freak, and on top of that,
Force lightning his ass. Get him out of here.
protesters showed up to the funeral, leading to chaos,
Why? Why would they show up to the funeral? Why are there protesters?
ruining any chance that Dooku had of finding peace at that moment in time. After the funeral, Dooku along with Sifo-Dyas and Kastana went to track down a relic, but they were ambushed by a dark side cult, and Dooku was briefly captured to be—
Oh, it was a protest against him having the Force? That there was someone that was Force? It was just a massive group of people that hated the Force? Or maybe his dad was just a dick.
used as part of a dark side ritual. While there, Dooku experienced a series of visions of his future, and he ended up using Force Lightning for the first time in order to kill his captors and free Sifo-Dyas and Kastana,
Oh shit. Oh shit. It's happening. We're getting there.
who had also been captured, and they were both in shock of Dooku's dark side Force ability. Dooku eventually—
Were they able, so you're able to sense that it's a dark side Force ability just by the fact that, like, when they see it. There's no mistaking the Force Lightning as the dark side, even though you've had Lightsiders use the Force Lightning as well. What's his name? Didn't Plo Koon use Force Lightning in his own way? Light side force lightning.
He attained the rank of Jedi Master and gained a seat on the Jedi Council. He took on Rael Everos as his first Padawan, and he trained him for years, eventually mentoring him into knighthood. Dooku also set aside his...
I thought that his student was Qui-Gon. Same with Starkiller. Alright, I gotta look at Starkiller lore.
First blue lightsaber, and he constructed a new one with a curved hilt, just like Kastana had told him about with Dark Sakia, though his was a blue blade, while hers was a red blade, at least for now.
Da da da!
Dooku also became one of the main lightsaber instructors for the younglings, and one day, he demonstrated his skill with the help of his old master, Master Yoda. One day Averos, Dooku's former apprentice...
I cannot take this seriously. What the frick image is this? Who is this? Starkiller lore? Yeah, we'll definitely do Starkiller lore at some point.
Introduced him to the Naboo Senator, Sheev Palpatine on...
He met Palpatine before he left the Jedi! I thought he left the Jedi and then Palpatine thought he was based. I didn't realize it went this deep, guys!
Coruscant. And little did he know, that meeting with Palpatine would later change his life.
Yeah, you don't say. You don't say. God, Palpatine was such a fucking bitch.
Dooku later took on his second apprentice, a 12-year-old boy named Qui-Gon Jinn.
There he is. There's the goat.
On the evening of Qui-Gon being assigned to him, Qui-Gon presented himself to his new master, and immediately, Dooku felt that he was frightened. Qui-Gon confessed he was not frightened of Dooku, but rather of failing, of not being worthy, and of not becoming a Jedi.
No! Why'd they make Qui-Gon a bitch? Qui-Gon, no!
Dooku told his new apprentice that...
Don't worry, the only thing you should fear is two-sided lightsabers.
Two-sided lightsabers?
What he was really afraid of was himself, and said that this was very wise, as most Padawans would deny their fear. He then further praised his new apprentice for his honesty, insight, and intelligence, something that shocked Qui-Gon. To help Qui-Gon understand the Jedi Temple,
Qui-Gon was the one Jedi Sidious feared. I know, I've heard that quoted before. My headcanon is the reason why Sidious feared Qui-Gon is because Qui-Gon was a father figure to Anakin. And if Qui-Gon would have remained in play, Anakin wouldn't have fallen to the dark side. But the moment Qui-Gon gets killed, Palpatine was able to take that role as the Anakin father figure. That's personally why I think he was afraid of Qui-Gon, not necessarily Qui-Gon's prowess with the lightsaber.
Dooku took him through it, showing him many different places so he could get to know it, and their last stop was the Jedi Archives, where they examined holocrons of
It appears the archives are incomplete.
various eras. Qui-Gon saw one holocron that was older and differently shaped than the others.
This one's a cube!
And when he asked Dooku what it was, Dooku had a dark expression on his face and said it was the holocron of Jedi prophecies, something that should not be messed with, and was something that Jedi no longer studied.
Why? Prophecies are awesome!
Dooku was then asked by Qui-Gon if wanting to know the future could lead to the dark side, and Dooku said it would take more than that. After several months of training Qui-Gon, the council sent him and his young apprentice to participate in a battle. There they came face to face with Averos, and Dooku—
I can't believe that they keep using this image. This is the worst image I've ever seen in my life. How could you use this? I don't understand. Who drew this? I don't want to be rude here, but this looks like it came out of Fortnite.
Dooku introduced his new Padawan to his old Padawan. Dooku once again succeeded in leading his Padawan into knighthood, as Qui-Gon became a master himself, and eventually took on his own Padawan, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Over time,
Obi-Wan Kenobi! Kenobi-Wan!
Dooku had become disillusioned with the Jedi Order, the Republic, and the Galactic Senate's corruption.
I don't know, I'll be honest, after seeing the way he grew up, I completely am on his side with this. Like, I know that this might be controversial or anything, but I think Dooku probably has the ideology I most align with of any character in Star Wars. Maybe not the whole get tossed out to the wolves as a naked baby or anything. Maybe that's a little too far, but I feel like, as far as every character's overarching ideology, I just completely can vibe with Dooku's. Like, unironically, can so vibe with Dooku's thought process. Like, I would not want to be in a Jedi cult, okay? How did he fall to the dark side, though? He seems like he was such a good man. He was literally fighting for freedom, to tell people prophecies, to protect people. Like, how on earth did this man fall so far?
After seeing many examples of this, the biggest being them not acting on Sifo-Dyas' force vision and letting a huge number of the planet's population die. On top of that, he was angered at the Jedi for denying him the right to talk to his sister. Dooku's fury with the Jedi became even more prevalent when he learned that his home planet was being invaded by pirates, but the Jedi and the Republic refused to help.
Why be part of the Galactic Federation Is it called that? The Galactic Senate? The Republic? Why be part of the Republic if the Republic doesn't give a shit about you? That is exactly the mindset that all the Outer Rim planets had when they joined the Separatists, and it makes so much sense. It's like, imagine being an American citizen, voting in American elections, paying taxes to the American government, but you don't have human rights. That's kind of what it feels like here. That's not right, brother.
He, Sifo-Dyas, and Castana once again went behind the council's back, however, and they went to help in the fight. When they got there, Dooku's brother Ramil, who now that their father had died, was Count Ramil.
Oh my god, there's no way. There's no way! Dude! You don't even have force power, get out of here.
Was the one who hired the pirates in the first place, and Ramil captured Dooku. Count Ramil tortured Dooku and took his life.
How on earth did he capture Dooku? Dooku's broken as shit. He's overpowered. He has force lightning. Like, how did this one dude catch him?
Saber, hoping to frame his brother. To put a stop to this, however, Dooku became one with the Force and the dark side, and he used this power to take control of an ancient Sith beast called a Tirataka, and
Well, that's why. His father died, his own brother captured and tortured him, and he saw no more good left in the world. The bonds with his family, the Jedi Council, the fucking piece of shit Republic that doesn't care about this planet that's being destroyed by pirates. And this man got a stand dragon?
And he then took his corrupted brother's life. Dooku reclaimed
Killed his brother. Yeah, that'll do it.
his family title,
That's how he became Count Dooku. He inherited it after his father died and he murdered his own brother. Let's go.
becoming the Count of Sereno, and changing his name status to Count Dooku. With his reclaimed title, he also took possession of his family fortune, which was one of the largest in the galaxy. What made Dooku madder than anything was the fact that the Republic only came after the fight, but not to help them, but because when the Tirataka came up, it brought with it vast amounts of valuable resources.
That is so maddening. That is so infuriating. They only showed up for the resources that the dragon made when it showed up. Bro literally just killed his brother and unlocked the Mangekyo Sharingan over here. And they're here for resources, not because that there was an actual massacre going on the planet by these fucking pirates. Like, it just shows you the level of corruption. Dude, my blood would boil. If this guy was fingering the dark side, I would go full-ass cream pieing the dark side at that point. It really goes to show that it's true Palpatine had this amazing plan to wipe out the Jedi. But the Jedi really destroyed themselves. This is awful. Holy shit.
Disgusted by the Republic and the Jedi, Dooku informed Yoda that he was resigning from the Order, and before leaving, he said goodbye to his friend Sifo-Dyas, promising him that they would see each other again. Despite his newfound wealth and power, however, Dooku all but disappeared from the public after his resignation. Most believed that he had gone into a sort of self-imposed exile with the intention of founding an offshoot version of the Jedi Order. However,
oh, dude, that would have been so crazy. Could you imagine some sort of neutral, balanced Jedi Order founded by Dooku? That would have changed everything. But the issue is, you diddle with the dark side, and the dark side diddles you back.
What was really happening was that Dooku was approached by Darth Sidious, and using Dooku's frustration with the Galactic Republic, Sidious turned Dooku to the dark side. He was given the name—
Oh, dude, you were the chosen one! I loved you! You're like a brother, Dooku!
Name Darth Tyrannus.
I can't believe it. How did he fall to the dark? I need to see that conversation. I would love to be a fly on the wall to watch that conversation. How Sidious convinced him to join the dark side. This man seemed so principled.
And with his new title, he desired both power and the elimination of the corruption that plagued the Republic. For nearly a decade after accepting—
Wait, yeah, this happened after Qui-Gon died. Right, so Maul killed Qui-Gon. Maul was sort of killed by Obi-Wan at that point. So his Padawan was wiped out. The Sith were back, and I guess he saw the Sith as a better alternative. He said, you know what? I'm game. Let's destroy a fucking Republic.
Accepting Sidious's offer, Dooku helped his new master to implement much of the groundwork necessary to begin—
Dude, Sidious maxed out charisma. Dude, that Sidious speech is so crazy. The Sidious speech goes so hard. Like, it is so wild. And the best part is, like, I could see, if Trump had balls that were even bigger, right? Big swinging balls, he would have given this speech, his first speech after getting shot. This would have been insane. Think about it. Bro, can you imagine? Trump gets shot, he gets the mic, and this is what he says.
The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
Yeah!
But I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger.
Bro, can you imagine that? That would have been so fucking funny. This dude, he walks off after getting shot. He stands up and he says, "The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. But I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger." If he would have had the balls to do that, he would deserve to be the president.
Begin the Clone Wars. Darth Tyrannus' most important project was overseeing the creation of a clone army. Hoping to give the project a strong layer of legitimacy and to hide his own involvement, he suggested to his old friend Sifo Dyas the idea of creating an army for the Republic, which could be held in reserve in case of a civil war.
Wait, that's interesting. I thought Sifo Dyas made the army, but since they were friends, Sifo Dyas kind of gave him some sort of power over it. I didn't realize that, DOOKU had the funds! He had the funds! Between Darth Sidious saying probably one of the greatest lines of all time.
Long live the banks!
Long live the banks, as Darth Sidious once said. Between him taking control of the banks and also him owning the count riches from his entire planet, these guys funded and bankrolled the entire shit and just put it on his name for the Republic, wink wink. Oh my god! Now that is some crazy ass corruption.
Sifo Dyas, who like DOOKU was greatly troubled by the Republic and the Jedi Council, agreed to order the army from the Kaminoans.
It's so ironic to think that one of the major themes when it comes to Star Wars is the idea that when you recognize that the Council is corrupt and you recognize that the Order is dying, you cut your losses and leave. You know? Like, I feel like that's a major moral and theme when it comes to Star Wars. Like, when the cult starts acting like a cult, you leave the cult. Like how Darth Sidious left the cult, but Sifo Dyas did not. It ended up being his downfall. And the same with Anakin. Anakin wasn't willing to leave the Order, even when Ahsoka did. Ahsoka left the Jedi. But Anakin did not. And because of that, Anakin fell completely to the dark side and wiped out democracy. Like, it's crazy.
Who then showed just how far he had fallen into the dark side. To ensure Sifo Dyas couldn't talk,
No, he killed him?
DOOKU hired a group called the Pikes to shoot down his old friend's ship, and he ordered them to bring his former best friend's dead body to him as
No, he ordered the murder of his best friend. Yeah, dark side start, that's what I say. You start diddling the dark side diddles you back.
proof. After he got confirmation that Sifo Dyas was dead, he began his next task, and on one of the moons of Bogdan, DOOKU recruited a bounty hunter named Jango Fett, and he used him as a template for the clone army. He recruited Fett using the name Tyrannus rather than DOOKU, just in case the Jedi started digging.
That makes sense!
Knowing that they would immediately recognize DOOKU, but not the name Tyrannus.
Yeah, nice.
In order to ensure the downfall of the
That's why I go by Nuxanor. I don't want people to think I'm anywhere remotely related to Nux Taku. That guy's a fucking weirdo. He's a weirdo. I'm Nuxanor, totally different guy.
Jedi, the whole point of this operation. DOOKU and Sidious put biochips in the clones' brains, which could be used to trigger a protocol called Order 66, an order that would make the clones turn on their Jedi superiors. During his time of serving
Dude, I can't believe I didn't know about that until I started doing the lore dives.
Sidious, he found out about the death of his former apprentice, Qui-Gon Jinn, something that legitimately saddened him.
Not Qui-Gon Quinn, he was so cool. Stepdad to Harley Quinn.
Qui-Gon was a great friend of his, and DOOKU would forever wonder if he hadn't left the
That is literally not how it happened. He didn't stab him from behind like that. Literally not even that happened.
When I heard the news of his death, I couldn't help but wonder, had I remained in the Order, would he still have died?
Bro, are you really giving us the whole monologue? You shot down Sifo Dyas' shit. Ship. You literally murdered your best friend. Brother.
Oh, poor Qui-Gon. Yeah, that was fucked up, wasn't it, when Qui-Gon died?
Says the guy who orders the death of his best friend.
Order. Would his former Padawan and friends still be alive?
Oh, yeah.
Sidious sent DOOKU on a mission to recruit others to their cause, but while doing this, he ran into the newly knighted Jedi named Jackson, who
Jackson the Jaguar? No.
recruited others to their cause.
No.
But while doing this, he ran
No! This is a real guy? This is a real dude? Damn, okay.
into the newly knighted Jedi.
Dude, Furry's going crazy right now.
named Jackson, who Dooku actually trained in lightsaber combat when he was a youngling.
Dude, this is literally a story of Dooku just watching all of his friends die either to his hand or his homie's hand. This is crazy.
When asked,
Niji Sanji has more drama? Alright, whatever. I can't deal with that. I'm busy looking at furry Jedi.
Dooku denied the rumors that he was creating another order of Force users.
What do you is that really what the rumors say? Force users? I would never!
And said that he was merely looking at
I bet you this man does not survive. If Jack the Jaguar Jedi survives, I am calling it there. This does not happen.
after his family's business now that he was in charge. That night, Dooku joined Jackson on a dangerous mission to find a group of gangsters.
Yeah,
and when
works.
Dooku pulled his
Really?
That night, Dooku joined Jackson
Dude, I have to read the comics.
on a dangerous mission to find a group of
Drop the lightsaber! Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Employee of the month, ladies and gentlemen. What the shit is going on? You don't say that to a Jedi. Drop the lightsaber.
gangsters. And when Dooku pulled his lightsaber out,
He was really walking around with Jackson with a red lightsaber? What? This man would not survive a game of Among Us.
Jackson was in shock that his lightsaber was red. After the fight, Jackson asked how, and Dooku told him that
Oh my god, dude, that
he was in
pose?
shock that his lightsaber was red. After the fight,
Bro's literally there with the whole youngling pose. Bro is youngling posing on this man.
Jackson asked how, and Dooku told him that he made it himself, then took Jackson's life with the red saber.
Yeah, no fucking way. No way. Dooku actually killed this. That's a shock. That's crazy. Yeah. And then you have, oh,
Maybe if I wouldn't have left the order, maybe Qui-Gon wouldn't have died.
also kills all of his friends and Padawans.
He then used the Force and forcefully ordered the gangsters to join their cause,
Wait, what the
his
fuck?
life with the red saber. He then used the
Yo! He used the Force. He just lifts all of their guns out of their hands.
I trust that you understand me.
Dude, this man has, holy shit, bro. This man has balls. Holy shit. Chad Dooku over here going crazy. Unlimited gun works.
This is the real gate of Babylon.
Force and forcefully ordered the gangsters to join their cause, growing his and Sidious's following. Dooku eventually sought out an apprentice of his own, and he found a formerly trained Jedi and assassin named Asajj Ventress.
Asajj Ventress was a Jedi? Dude, I am learning so much.
She agreed to serve him in exchange for teachings in the ways of the dark side of the Force. When Dooku got word
That's a fair trade-off.
that his sister Genza
Now, people told me I had to look into the Ventress training. Here, let me see if I can pull that up. Dooku Ventress. People told me it was good in the Clone Wars. Dooku Ventress.
A vital quality found in all Sith. Sith have no fear. And I sense much fear in you.
Oh!
You are a foolish old man.
Yo, that is the greatest voice acting I've ever heard.
You are a foolish old man.
Who knows nothing of the dark side.
Oh, she's gonna get cooked, isn't she?
Indeed.
Oh, glob! Bro, he destroyed her in 3 seconds flat! Oh my god, he cooked her! He cooked her! Damn. Bro, this is gonna be she just done, bro. It ain't nothing.
Truly, if you were Sith, would this contest be not over?
Oh, the bro is just literally cooking her.
You know nothing, old man.
Cooks her with lightning. That was cute. Oh, she's zipping around. Oh, bro. She's trying to give him the back shots. Oh, no! Just how do you block it with that thing? That's just sad! That is so sad! No way that just happened. Wait. Okay. Are you ready for the most disrespectful defeat of all time? Look at this! Look at this! I've never seen something like this in my life. Ain't no way! Yoink! Bloop! It's over! It's over! He just slurped her! Oh my, and he just ragdolls her! This was never a competition.
It would not be so easy to defeat a Sith.
So finish it.
We have other plans.
Oh,
Have you
bro, look at the lightsaber throbbing by her throat.
been watching, Master?
See, Disney wouldn't do that.
I have indeed.
Lord Cacius! I have been watching all along like my master before me.
Lord Tyrannus,
I pulled a sneako for this moment.
the child's skill with a lightsaber are most impressive.
Yeah, anyway, whatever. So he fucking annihilates her. Alright, I got the gist.
Had been kidnapped. He sent his new apprentice Asajj Ventress to go rescue her. Eventually, Dooku came face to face with his sister, and a seriously injured Jenza told him that she wanted to help him, and that she did not recognize the man he had become. He, however, showed no sign of remorse, and ordered Ventress to kill her.
Literally, this man was gooning for his sister the entire time. That's why he left the order and he just sent an assassin to kill her. How many... Dude, the biggest fucking cope of all time is that this man was so sad when Qui-Gon died. Oh, I can't believe Qui-Gon died. If I would have stayed, maybe it would have been different. Says the guy who kills his brother and orders the death of his sister and his best friend and his other Padawan, the tiger guy. All right, dude.
After this, it was clear that Dooku no longer based his choices on what he believed was
It's crazy. I do really like the way this character has developed. Like, if you think about it, he had an ideology that was pure all along. He left the Jedi for pure purposes, but once he fell to the dark side and got this dark side power, the absolute power just corrupted him absolutely. Like, this is a good man with good ideologies and good logic that just fell too far. Like, I feel like he and Ahsoka had very, very similar paths. I think that there has to be some sort of cyclical theming when it comes to both of these characters, because I feel like Ahsoka and Tyrannus over here had the same vibe, except once they left the order, one picked the side of light and the other picked the side of darkness. And the one that picked the side of darkness just got so corrupted. Just goes to show. And that's what the Jedi Order ultimately is. The Jedi Order, I feel like they need to have all these rules. At least this is what they say. They need all the rules. They need all the regulations. They need all the cultish ideologies to prevent people from becoming Count Dooku.
right, but rather, he based them on the dark side. Over the past 10 years, Dooku had been keeping a low profile and was out of the public's eye, but he made his return in a spectacular fashion, giving a speech in which he criticized the corruption and shortcomings of the Republic. This speech set the stage for a separatist movement, the biggest threat that the Republic had faced in a long time. He began to draw more and more people into their cause, which formed the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and he began going at the heart of each planet's government. One day, Dooku met with Tarkin.
Wait, he actually just went from government to government and was like, alright, you guys want to be free, you don't like the government, you will join me and it'll be fine, and if not, I will murder all of you. What do you say? Well, you don't leave us with much choice here.
Which in truth was orchestrated by Sidious to test Tarkin's loyalties, and Tarkin stayed true to his commitment to the Republic. Dooku promised Vice
Sidious sent Dooku to Tarkin to recruit him, but Tarkin said no. And that was his test to know that he would be perfect to be part of the Republic and a good general. That after he makes the Empire, he can rely on him, bro. Sidious out here playing 4D chess, holy shit.
Test Tarkin's loyalties, and Tarkin stayed true to his commitment to the Republic. Dooku promised Viceroy Gunray of the Trade Federation that he would assassinate Senator Amidala if he signed his treaty. Gunray accepted, and Dooku immediately sent Jango Fett to get the job done. Despite the failure of Jango's mission, Dooku was able to have the Trade Federation, the Banking Clan,
The Banking Clan, you say? My brothers in arms?
Long live the bank!
Long live the banks, ladies and gentlemen! Don't forget your alliances!
Techno Union, the Commerce Guild, and the Corporate Alliance all signed his treaty on Geonosis, formalizing the Confederacy of Independent Systems and giving them a great edge in the fight against the Republic.
Edge?
During the meeting, Obi-Wan Kenobi arrived and was captured. When Dooku visited Obi-Wan, he spoke of Qui-Gon.
You forget that he was once my apprentice, just as you were once his.
Yes, we share lots of friendship and kindness. I was so sad when he died. Don't ask me anything about Cypher Diaz. That was unavoidable.
He then angered Obi-Wan, saying that Qui-Gon would have joined his cause.
Qui-Gon Jinn would never join you.
Dooku oversaw the assassination of Obi-Wan, his apprentice Anakin,
This is not an assassination, this is an execution. It is not the same thing.
and Senator Amidala. But when Mace Windu showed up, he and many other Jedi fought back. When Dooku's former master Yoda arrived with the clone army, it was just as Dooku and Sidious had planned. And
It's crazy that this is all part of the plan. I know that I've said this before when we were talking about the Star Wars politics video, but This was one of the most triumphant moments for me. As a kid, watching the clones show up and save the Jedi, it was such a triumphant moment when it was in actuality just the beginning of the end. Like, it's really crazy to look at it from that perspective, you know?
And it felt good for him to one-up his former master. As the clones arrived, the Battle of Geonosis started, which in turn began the Clone Wars. Shortly after the start of the battle, Dooku fought Obi-Wan and Anakin, and sliced Obi-Wan's arm and leg, and cut Anakin's arm off.
Yeah, I was there, I saw it happen, it was crazy. Bro, dude, Anakin losing limbs, like, holy shit.
And faced his former master, and though he one-upped him before,
dude, I love this fight. Yoda flying around. Fucking Muppet.
he realized that Yoda's power was too
much to learn. You still have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, Dooku casually owned all the main characters. Dude, Dooku is unironically awesome. Man's the GOAT.
great, and to escape, he
Suck the penis, you still do. Penis of the dark side, that is.
used the Force to drop a heavy pillar on Anakin and Obi-Wan, and while Yoda saved them,
I still feel like this is super heavy symbolism to how Yoda saved his life from the earthquake on his home planet.
Dooku got away. After escaping, Dooku met with Sidious and gave him the plans of the Death Star, which he had acquired while on Geonosis. Dooku and his master later recruited the cyborg General Grievous to lead the
General Grievous.
I fucking love this guy. I love that this dude did that I did a deep dive on him first. It is, I think, what got me into the idea that all these characters have epic backstories, and how they developed into who they are in the actual movies is so dope. Check out my Grievous video. That man is the GOAT.
droid army they had acquired while signing the treaty.
Another addition to my collection.
And Dooku trained Grievous in the Jedi arts. Secretly, Dooku supported the terrorist group called Death Watch on the planet Mandalore, and
he's actually still a good guy, guys. I'll keep coping. Yeah, he funded terrorists, sure, but like, I mean, in his defense, he wanted the
worked closely with their leader, Pre Vizsla. Together, they tried to kill Satine, the Duchess of Mandalore, but they failed, and Duchess Satine put a stop to their plans through diplomatic measures. This helps.
Diplomatic measures. That's a cute way to say they're fucking mean.
Set into motion a cause to stop the clone.
Dude, I'm sorry. I've been so disenfranchised with politics recently. I feel like I have become the jaded individual I've sworn to destroy. Like, every time I see political discussions at this point, I'm like, wow, dude, this world kind of fucking sucks. Like, these people, they are your representatives, and they don't care about you at all. At all!
Wars. But Dooku, who was angered by this and had to keep the Clone Wars going, set off a bomb in the heart of the planet city during Padme Amidala's speech.
What piece of shit. Doesn't like his speech sets off a bomb in the middle of the city? This is like Joker shit.
Making the war stay in place and be more prevalent than ever.
It's like, hey, can you interrupt the speech? Sure thing, I got you, no problem. I don't know, maybe like, you know, tap a glass or something. Yeah, I got it. I don't know, maybe you could like hit the table or fart in public or make a funny joke. Yeah, I got this, homie. Like, but seriously, just do something weird. I don't know, drop a plate. Drop a plate. Yeah, I got this. Sets off a bomb in the center of the city.
One day, Dooku was told by Sidious that Ventress was becoming too powerful, and he was given orders to eliminate her.
Are you actually serious? Ventress became too strong and he was ordered to kill Ventress? Why? She was actually loyal to the dark side, right?
Following his master's orders, Dooku left Ventress for dead in a battle against the Republic and the Jedi.
You have failed me for the last time. You are no longer my apprentice. And now, you shall die.
Ventress, however...
That's crazy. Sidious feared Ventress? Are you joking? Why on earth would Sidious fear Ventress? Sidious doesn't like the idea of getting killed in his sleep? Yeah, well, I mean, sure, I guess. But, like, dude, I didn't realize she was such a threat. That's crazy. So she was fighting on their side in the Clone Wars the whole time and then just snuffed out? Because why not? Man, we gotta do Ventress lore at some point. She was a witch, apparently. There was this whole witch lore. And I don't get my Star Wars witch lore from the Acolyte, that's for sure.
However, just barely escaped the exploding ship, and she returned home to Dathomir. When she got better, she and two other Night Sisters headed to Sereno, where they attacked Dooku, and though his senses were dulled by a poisoned dart, and he couldn't see them, he still defeated them and threw them out his window.
This guy got ambushed in the middle of the night, while he was sleeping, while he was poisoned, while they were invisible, and he one-shot them. Dooku is on some shit. Like, this is crazy. This man was sleeping, poisoned, blinded. They were invisible, got jumped, got outnumbered, and Chad Dooku over here one-tapped them. Literally gave them the Mace Windu treatment, throwing them out the window.
Mother Talzin of Dathomir then allowed Dooku to have another apprentice, and he took
Oh my god! They keep giving him new apprentices every single time! It's like, alright, your last apprentice got weird and sussy, you have to kill her. Anyway, here's a new apprentice.
Savage Press under his wing, not knowing that he was actually brainwashed to be on Ventress and the Night Sister's side.
Oh my god, it never ends.
Dooku trained him in the ways of the Force, and he became extremely powerful, taking on any mission Dooku threw at him. When Savage killed one of his targets, however, Dooku was furious because he wanted him alive, and he used Force Lightning to punish Savage.
Holy shit, this is crazy. If you want to be Dooku's apprentice, you gotta be into some masochist shit, not even gonna lie.
Ventress then arrived, and she turned Savage on Dooku just as she had planned. Dooku—
oh my god, actual 2v1. Remember, these characters, they were too powerful to be left alive according to Sidious, and they're 2v1ing him right now.
Savage. Ventress then arrived, and she turned Savage on Dooku just as she had planned. Dooku fought both of them, and it was not an easy task. Dooku and Ventress eventually left Savage behind, and Dooku defeated Ventress. However, right when—
yo, he's playing them so well.
When he was about to kill her, she used the Force to move his lightsaber, and she barely escaped. Dooku was behind many—
dude, this guy's freaking awesome. I love him. The Savage is Darth Maul's brother. Yeah, I got that from the spiky head. But yeah, damn, this is crazy. I didn't realize that Dooku was in so many different fights. This guy was awesome.
Many of the battles in the Clone Wars, such as the fight against Malevolence.
Bro, I don't know. If I was Sauron, I would pick Count Dooku to be my Sauron.
The Battle of Ryloth, the Water War, the Gungan Battle on Naboo, the fight against the Slavers, and the battle that ended the Night Sisters. For the end of the Night Sisters, Dooku ordered Grievous to wipe out Mother Talzin, Ventress, and
I love how Grievous was just purely loyal all along. His goal, it's so awesome. See, Ventress is a Sith. You can never trust a Sith because Sith will always betray you. Well, maybe she wasn't a Sith, maybe she was just a Darksider, but she was on that path. She had dark side force powers, so you could never trust her. At some point, she's gonna betray you. At some point, she's gonna overthrow you. She has her own ideologies and plans. Grievous, he's not corrupted by the Force. This man is a honed Jedi killer, and you can trust a Jedi killer to kill Jedi. So awesome, dude.
The rest of the sisters, but what he did not anticipate was that Talzin could attack him even though he was back on Sereno. As she used magic to torture Dooku, he ordered Grievous to find Talzin and kill her before—
bro, this man is getting hit by voodoo dolls across the world! This man's been through hell! I can't believe this man's a monster!
Or she killed him. Moments before Dooku's death, Grievous got to her, but she escaped, which in turn released Dooku from her torture. On one occasion—
brother! What a mad lad!
Dooku worked with Dark—
how did he survive all of this? Was part of the Jedi, left the Jedi in an earthquake, fought Yoda. Men fought off Yoda.
Lord—
and Anakin and Obi-Wan at the same time. And Ventress and Savage at the same time. He's been hit by every poison dart and voodoo doll in the galaxy. And bro just keeps walking.
Ravna, who was a vampiric creature. Dooku hoped to use Ravna's ability to infect any living being into an unknown violent species to transform millions of clones and swiftly end the Clone Wars.
Bro was serious about this! He was gonna unleash a freaking pathogenic virus! Bro was gonna unleash COVID-20!
However, as they were putting their plans in motion, they came face to face with Obi-Wan and Adi Gallia, and during this, Ravna betrayed Dooku and planned to infect all beings in the galaxy.
This guy gets betrayed a lot. Have you noticed how often this man gets betrayed? Dude, you gotta be a gangster Sith to survive like this 6th betrayal. Mr. President, a 6th betrayal has hit the lad.
Not just the clones. Dooku used Force Lightning on him and ordered the Jedi to kill him, and the Jedi did just that. Dooku's past came back to bite him. When Sifo-Dyas' ship and lightsaber were found in the wreckage that his body had been pulled from by the Pikes, the people that Dooku had hired to kill him. Dooku then learned that the person Sifo-Dyas was with, named Soma, was still alive and was being—
Soma? Like Shokugeki no Soma?
held by the Pikes as leverage in case Dooku turned on them.
Wow. You can never trust an assassin, I guess. Dude, you can't get assassins these days. Assassins these days, they all have their own shit, their own nefarious garbage.
When Sidious found out the Jedi were investigating Sifo-Dyas, he contacted Dooku and
It's crazy that he force chokes him through a hologram. Sidious is fucked up.
choked him as punishment for leaving a loose end.
This poor guy, poor Dooku. I cannot stop standing this man. This man fell in with the wrong crowd. He left the Jedi Order and he just fell in with Sidious. Sidious's charisma is maxed out. Maxed charisma stats. It's not even fair. Dude, Dooku got the short end of the lightsaber. Poor guy.
Then ordered him to find the loose end and terminate it. When Dooku went to the pike,
He might be the most tragic character in Star Wars that I've like done lore dives so far. No, Grievous was pretty fucked up too.
he found Anakin and Obi-Wan with Silman, and right before Silman was about to reveal the plan
Let me guess, he kills him because this man does not leave his best friends alive.
plans they had set into place with the clones, Dooku force-choked him to shut him up.
Dooku. Dooku's he's an actual menace. He's an actual menace.
However, later on, the Pikes revealed to Anakin and Obi-Wan that Dooku was Tyrannus, the name they had come to know as the person who hired Jango Fett for the clone army, and thus alerted the Jedi to the fact that Dooku was behind the army all along.
Yeah, that's crazy, this twist. God, and then they actually hit you with the Yoda quote, like an actual banger Yoda quote.
Luckily for Dooku, the Jedi kept this a secret, thinking it would only cause protests to stop the war.
Yeah, because when they said this, when they figured out about this, they say, Yoda, what do we do? Do we still use the clones? Is it the right way? And Yoda says,
The right way. No, the only way. Yes.
God, they already lost the fight. It's so crazy to think about it.
A true look at how Dooku was right about some aspects of corruption in the Jedi Order.
Yeah, like right after it's like, the reason why Tyrannus left is because, Dooku thought the Jedi Order was corrupt. And then it cuts to the Jedi Order deciding to lie to the world about the clones.
Dooku assisted his master in interrogating his predecessor,
You summoned me, master.
and Sidious's previous apprentice, Darth
No,
Maul.
not Darth Maul with the robot legs. No.
Dooku used Force lightning to
Bro, this guy's a fucking torturer. He is vicious.
torture him. Maul escaped, however, and Dooku had to go after him. On his mission to track Maul down, he was captured by Maul, and even worse, the ship
Maul captured Dooku? How did that even happen? The Maul versus Sidious fight is goated. You should watch it. Well, we didn't get there yet.
came under attack by the Republic. Maul and Talzin worked together to get Dooku to temporarily turn on Sidious, Mother Talzin saying that he was already looking for a new apprentice, and this convinced Dooku to work with Maul. Together,
I didn't know any of this was going on. This is insane. Dooku working with Maul and the witch guy to rebel against Sidious?
they fought off clones and Jedi, and as they were making their escape, Dooku stabbed Master Tip Lee right in the stomach,
Yikes, scheissels.
taking her
Bro, I have something to show you as he jabs a thick, throbbing blade directly into her abdomen. I felt like that could be taken a different way.
life. The two used this moment to escape and went back to Dathomir. There, Mother Talzin used Count Dooku to drain his life and put it inside of her own so that she could be reborn in his body.
Oh God!
The process worked just as General Grievous, along with Darth Sidious himself, arrived.
Dude, I love how General Grievous is just eternally loyal. His goal is killing fucking Jedi. And he will never, ever be dissuaged from that. Like, a Sith will betray you, but General Grievous? Nah, that dude's the GOAT. That dude's the GOAT.
Mother Talzin used Dooku's body to fight Sidious, and Sidious demanded that she release his apprentice. Sidious tortured her so badly that she finally left Dooku's body. Dooku and Sidious then worked together to fight Mother Talzin, and as they held her at bay, Grievous stabbed her with his lightsaber.
Grievous takes the frag, baby!
Killing Talzin once and for all. After the fight,
God damn. So Talzin is like the leader of the witches, right? Damn, they really genocided that whole fucking group.
Dooku fell to his knees and begged for Sidious's forgiveness for letting Maul escape, but Sidious said that it was alright, because that was all part of the plan.
For some reason, I guess, because why not?
Dooku later
It's crazy to think that that witch lady is somehow maybe even stronger than Sidious, right? Sidious needed Dooku and Grievous to take her out. That's kind of wild. That's some crazy stats.
received the Raxian Humanitarian Award.
Yeah, we have to look at some of the most overpowered entities in Star Wars lore. That's on the list.
For his services to the Confederacy, and he gave a speech to a large crowd defending the Separatist cause and attacking the Republic and Jedi. While at the public banquet, he was confronted by his old apprentice, Asajj Ventress.
Ah, she's still out there wandering around.
And she challenged him to a duel, which he agreed to. He, however, contacted Grievous for reinforcements, but what he did not know was that Ventress had an apprentice of her own named—
Wow, dude, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Ventress and Tyrannus make up that they're gonna have a duel. She brings her apprentice and he brings Grievous. Classic Sith. I will meet you for one-on-one combat.
it ends up becoming a 2-on-2. It's like, sure.
And Quinlan Voss, a former Jedi who was trained in the ways of the dark side by Ventress, and he locked Grievous in a room so he
fair and square. Both proceed to cheat.
couldn't help Dooku. Dooku dueled both Ventress and Voss, and he overpowered them. He knocked Voss unconscious and captured him, but Ventress ended up getting away. Dooku took Voss back to Sereno, and there he tortured him and brainwashed him. He then showed Voss a video of Ventress killing his former Jedi Master.
Damn, holy shit, man, mind broke this lad.
Something that Voss did not want to believe, but when Dooku showed him his former Jedi Master's lightsaber, Voss realized that Dooku was telling the
You know how he had it?
This will make a fine addition to his collection.
truth. When Ventress came to rescue Voss, Voss had given into the dark side and attacked Ventress.
Wow.
Following the
Oh my god, what a fucking bitch. Dooku's like, why should I be the one to deal with Ventress when I can brainwash Ventress's student into doing it for me?
attack, Voss became Dooku's new Sith apprentice, and he carried out many missions that Dooku sent him on, now a deadly separatist agent. He and Dooku eventually came up with a plan, and Voss went to the Jedi, pleading that he was good again. He was taken back by the Jedi.
He literally made him a sleeper agent! He turned this man into a sleeper agent! Oh my god.
To betray them and give Dooku inside information to help the separatists. The Jedi, thinking it was Voss that leaked the information, they gave him a task to prove his loyalty to them once and for all, and all he had to do was kill Dooku. Voss agreed, and
All he had to do was kill the guy that was giving the entire group the most trouble.
when he came face to face with Dooku,
Dude, Dooku's plays are like actually insane. From hiring assassins to kill his friends, to brainwashing his enemy students into trying to kill them, like, this man's actually freaking 16 head. Like, we compliment Sidious for his planning, and while Sidious definitely gets credit for the macro planning, on a micro level, Darth Tyrannus is the GOAT.
he ended up fighting for real, turning on his master, and when he defeated him, he demanded an audience with Darth Sidious.
He lost his apprentice? Oh my god.
But before Dooku could answer, the two were captured by the Jedi. Together, however, they escaped and went on board Ventress' ship, but the ship was shot down. A wounded Dooku guided both Voss and Ventress to a separatist stronghold. When they got there, they were
Alright, this is the difference between strategy and tactics. Sidious is a strategist, Dooku is a tactician, and together, they brought an entire galaxy into an endless Clone Wars. Like, it just goes to show the different pieces, the moving pieces.
attacked by the Republic army, and Ventress became wounded. Dooku took this opportunity to kill both of his former apprentices,
That's where he did it?
and Ventress dove in front
Evil is always clear to see, Master Yoda. I love how he still has respect. He calls him Master Yoda. He doesn't just call him Yoda or green little fucker, right? Like, he has respect for Yoda, ultimately. But damn, and that's when he took the opportunity to kill both of them. The irony, because they were both his apprentices at different times. One was the other one's apprentice that he brainwashed. Oh my god.
of a lethal blast of Force lightning, saving Voss from certain death, and giving Dooku the satisfaction of taking hers. Voss, who was furious at Ventress' death, went after Dooku and defeated him.
Wow, dude!
Before killing him, he realized what he was doing was wrong and spared the Sith Lord's life.
No! This man did what Anakin couldn't. Anakin could not do that, but he was able to.
Dooku then escaped in the chaos. Dooku was sent on another mission, this time to kidnap the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine during the Battle of Coruscant, and he held him captive on Grievous' ship. When Anakin and Obi-Wan showed up, they had another duel. He once
God, I love this duel.
again finished Obi-Wan off first, just like their last fight on Geonosis. But when he fought Anakin this time around, he was shocked at how skillful Anakin had become, and before he knew it, he was
That's some underhanded tactics. A hand to Dooku. Man did a good job. A hand to Dooku. He was disarmed by Anakin. It was pretty rough.
defeated, both of his hands cut off, and he was being held down on his knees, two lightsabers held at his neck.
Good, Anakin. Do it.
Anakin then killed Dooku once
Do it.
and for all on the Chancellor's order.
See that subscribe button? You see it? See it? Is it glowing? It might be glowing. See that subscribe button? Do it. The like button? Do it. Ah! That's the clip that he uses. His head goes roly-polying away. It's crazy.
Dooku's death had little effect on Sidious, as he was of course
Little effect on Sidious? This was literally his entire plan. He groomed Dooku to fight this war in the best way possible, and Dooku was the perfect person to be on his side in this war. Dooku used him up once he knew that the war was about to end and had Anakin be the one to fully embrace the dark side and kill him. In Star Wars, the Groom Wars.
Man went from grooming one guy to grooming the guy that killed him. And in this groom-off, Darth Sidious reigned supreme. God, Dooku did exactly what he needed him to do.
Was the one who gave the order to kill him, though nobody knew this. And it turned out that Mother Talzin had been right, and Sidious was looking for another apprentice already. It became clear that he orchestrated Dooku's death so that his new apprentice would kill his old apprentice.
Classic, bro.
Anakin, who took the name Darth Vader, took Dooku's place as Sidious executed Order 66, the thing that Dooku was so heavily involved in before the start of the war.
Yep.
Sidious thought that Dooku would serve his purpose.
He did, and he did. He served his purpose flawlessly. He destabilized the entire galaxy with this micro-level tactical battles. Bro single-handedly put the Jedi Order so thin that Sidious was able to infiltrate from the inside and take over an entire republic. Holy shit.
And he was just one small pawn in a very large and elaborate plan he had set up. Dooku would not be missed by anybody.
Hey, I mean, what? What, my chopped liver? Bro, what do you mean?
A man who killed his best friend, his family, and turned on those most loyal to him. All of which was in vain, as he-
In vain? Bro started the Empire of the Sith, okay?
He served the
He hated the Jedi Order, and well, he wiped out the Jedi Order. I'm just saying.
master who did not care about him. He was a man who could have lived an admirable life as a Jedi, but instead, he chose a lonely and hard life with little reward for his accomplishments.
I don't know, I feel like this is the wrong takeaway from this man's story. This man's story is not to be looked at as someone who could have been a great Jedi but ended up falling to the dark side and having nothing. That's not the takeaway for Dooku's story. He was a good Jedi. He recognized the flaws in the Order, but when he left, he fell upon the wrong crowd that groomed him in the wrong way and turned him down a wrong path, a path finding power. And unfortunately, once you head down that path, it's really, really hard to back out. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to recognize that after leaving one cult, he was just indoctrinated into another one instead. The fact is, and the tragedy is, that this dude got a taste of power and it corrupted him because he thought he was running away from something and didn't realize he was running towards something darker. That's the tragedy of Count Dooku, the Cuck.
Thank you so much.
That was a great video, though. That was a good video. Life of Count Dooku by Movie Flame. So Dooku trained the guy who trained the guy that trained the guy that murdered him. Yes, makes sense to me. Thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate you you joining on this lore dive of Count Dooku. I think he's one of the most interesting characters and possibly one of the most relatable of the Sith character arcs that I've seen so far. I really liked the idea that he was trying to run away. He didn't realize what he was running towards. 10,000 likes for another Sith deep dive. We got Darth Bane on the horizon. We got Darth Nihilus on the horizon. We got Valkorion, the Sith Emperor, on the horizon. And maybe a big-ass Darth Vader video at some point. So, thank you for being here. Have yourself a most wonderful evening. And remember to stay weird, fam. If you made it to the end, click one of these two videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on King. Stay weird, fam.